Oh, hello mate, and sorry, hello folks, and we are in a completely new to us area, and it's hard to believe that I grew up in this area, and I have not been here for, well, it's got to be 40 years at least, so this is all new. Alright, so it's one of those classic cases of you think you know where you are, but you're not sure, because it is changed dramatically since the last time I was here. But that was a very long time ago. I'm probably talking about, what, probably a good 35 years, I reckon. And we're in Falmouth, and we're going through what I think used to be called Berryman Woods, and this is an all new trail. In a minute there's an incredible elevated bit of a path, and leading us into an area that's steeped with history that an awful lot of people don't realise. And in World War II there was, and in my lifetime as well, there was a large fuel depot with submerged underground fuel tanks, and there's just an awful lot of change has happened here, folks, and we're going to walk a bit further along the trail, and hopefully we'll catch some of the interesting bits. Right then folks, so if we notice here, we've got this original Cold War era fence post, and just in there, if you can see it, we've got this old sign here, and in there is something rather special, folks. It's I now believe it's private residences, but at one time it was a Cold War pumping station for fuel from the oil tanks and fuel tanks just up the road here. And it's actually made quite a special way, folks. I believe it's actually designed to withstand a nuclear strike, and it was quite an important part of the fuel depot, and it would have pumped fuel directly to the docks and also towards Coldrose and possibly RAF St Morgan as well. So bit of a rare glimpse, and because it's all private now, folks, I'm not really going to dwell on it, so we'll have a look. And we've got this always used to be a water inlet there, and from the river that flows literally right through the site. Right, so we've got this elevated path that runs through the woods here. Now, if I remember as a kid, this was always impenetrable territory, because this is literally just nothing but a bog, folks. I'm sure you can see a few wet bits down there, and this marshland, always been a very boggy, marshy area, this, and we've got this nice elevated path going across it. Now, I'm on foot today, folks. It's just a walk with the dogs, and we've sought out this area today because it's very shaded, and it is a very hot day, and best intentions of the dogs at heart, and thought we would come somewhere shaded, but something did catch my eye at the end of this trail, so we'll walk along a bit further and go and have a look at it. Right, so I'm sure Charlie would agree, this is actually quite a large section of this elevated footpath, and I'm perfectly glad it's here, because I think I can remember from childhood just about how boggy and wet it is in the middle of all this. So it's definitely a nice creation, and I think the end of this path behind us, this way, folks, that way, goes to part of the housing estate called East Rise or West Rise, one of the two. But we're going to go and see what else we can see. Right then, folks, so just a bit of across this little track here and up to the edge, we can see straight away we've got another Cold War era fence, and there's lots of this still around, and I think this is now an electrical substation, but there's a clue here, because this fence is the original fence that runs all the way along the boundaries of the former oil storage depot, and even these gates, which we'll have a look at. These gates look like they are the original gates that were once an entrance or a personnel entrance into the oil storage tanks, and today this serves as it looks like an electricity substation. Building looks quite old. I can't remember if it was there originally, but it may have been. So it may have been, and of course, you know, these places you should always avoid, folks, and stay well away from. But I think I've seen something else which we're going to have another look at in a moment. Now I think, if I remember rightly, in there somewhere, I've just seen it a minute ago, I can't get a view of it at the moment, but somewhere in there is one of the old, with like a street lamp for the original part of the oil storage depot, or the fuel storage depot. Just have to climb up a dodgy bank to reach it, and there's not really much point in being here, so I'm going to go back. So here we go. This is where I end up on my bum, or maybe not, folks. That's good. Checking my shoes, because always worried. Now that's something original. This gantry, don't know if you'll see that. This gantry above our head here, this is actually once where a pipe crossed it, because we've got another fence on this side of the path and one on this side of the path, and these were the two different sites. This is all now full of housing, but this separates the two sites, because there was the oldest part of the site was on this side, and I believe that survived the longest before it was developed. But on this side was the first part of it to actually be dug out and removed and built on. So, but yeah, there's also an incredible story of bravery, which I'm going to go into later. Perhaps I'll do a separate video about that one. But yeah, now this footpath, if I remember rightly, as a youngster around here, you used to be able to walk up this path all the way, and you get a nice steady view of the oil tanks on your left and on your right. But the dogs are wandering off, so we're going to go back this way. Right, so we have these three old steps here, which are very original part of this, and I'm pretty sure this gate is original, and it's been utilised to create this little area for the electrical substation. But yeah, pretty good. Right then, folks, so there's one or two clues here. Star, bye. You've got this original gate post. Oi, Star, come on. This was once the entrance here. We've got the original gate posts on both sides. This way, Star, come on. The dogs aren't having it, sorry. Yeah, but you've got that original gate post, because that was once the original entrance to the second oil storage tank. Charlie, come on, mate. So right, and this path has been here for a very long time. I remember actually walking down here as a lad on the way to the beach, and you can hear kids in the background because there's a housing estate now just up there, and it's a nice sunny day and they're all out playing. But we're on a different part now. We're moving back to the trail, where we've got, in a minute, we've got a river, and it's been an interesting look around. Anyway, it's been good to have come back here after so long, and I hope you like it anyway. And I think at some point perhaps I'll come back with Mark or whatever, and we can look around for a few more clues for the past. But thanks for watching. Take care, folks.